Hello, I'm back, and this is just a little quick video. I'm trying out the YouTube um, video making app, so this video might be better, might be worse in quality, but I'm just testing it out. So this is a little vid for one of my subscribers who basically wanted me to make a video about um, the modern RPGs. And while my primary video making software is rendering out my what's the word I'm looking for? My previous video so that I'm going to upload, I'll make this one. So basically, I'm just going to go by from GameCube / PS2 to Wii, PS3, Xbox 360 to... I'm not going to include this generation because there aren't really any RPGs out for the newer systems yet. So, here we go. GameCube. These are the must-have RPGs that just really exemplified great RPG making. Skies of Arcadia Legend. Yes, I know it was originally a Dreamcast title. I did not have a Dreamcast at the time. I have a Dreamcast now. So basically, I would say that it's a worthwhile game to have. I would say that Skies of Arcadia Legend is actually better than Final Fantasy VII. They both came out around the same time, but Arcadia had a better... It had better graphics, in my opinion, a better story, better characters, a more developed characters, because there's still some characters in Final Fantasy VII that you have no idea why the hell they do anything that they do. It's like, why are these people doing this? I don't know. Which leads me to my second game, Baten Kaitos Origins. Now, Origins was not as good as the first one, but it was still pretty good. It was an RPG. You had leveling up, you had classing up, you had skills, but the combat was very different. You actually used cards. And the card system was a dramatic change from the card battle system that we had in the previous one, which was actually the sequel to Origins. So it's weird. Which brings me to my second great kick-ass, my third great kick-ass game for the GameCube RPG game, Baten Kaitos: The Wings of the Eternal Ocean. This game kicks ass. I have 2 copies of the game because I lost 1 copy and then I found it, but I ordered another one from Amazon. This game is the shit. If Nintendo really wanted to do some cool stuff, I would say they should initiate a initiative where basically they bring out new ones. They put these games out on the Wii U Virtual Console. They create a new section, GameCube games, and just Wii U Virtual Consoles. Charge $15 or even $19.99, whatever, and just bring that shit over. Because these games are friggin' awesome. Okay? Wings of the Eternal Ocean. You'll hear opponents of it say, "Well, they're voice acting." If you're playing an RPG for voice acting, you've missed the whole point of playing an RPG. And it's a very good game. I mean, it is very, very good. Very good. Great battle system, awesome characters, a very intricate storyline, and there's a twist halfway through this game that, I mean, you just don't see it coming. You don't see the twist coming. You never see it coming. It's like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. You really don't see it coming. And I love RPGs that have that twist you don't see coming. Like now, I've played so many RPGs that now you can see the twist coming. It's like, yeah. Which brings me to my fourth must-have game on the GameCube, Tales of Symphonia. This game is my favorite Tales game of all time. Okay, I know some people are gonna say, "Well, Tales of Xillia." No, 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 no. Tales of Legendia. Nope, nope. What about Tales of the Abyss? Tales of Graces? Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Tales of Symphonia. Lloyd Irving, Lloyd Irving, Kratos Orion, Colette, and Genis Rain. Best team in that entire damn game. Tales of Symphonia had a villain that you just really loved to hate. It was like, this bastard right here is responsible for the selective and cold-hearted and methodical murder of billions of people. And killing him was very satisfying. Okay. Which leads me to the PS2. Must-have RPGs for the PS2. Now, the PS2 has more RPGs than I can count. I mean, just tons of them. And I've already documented a few of them in previous videos. So I'm just going to focus on ones that were underserved, underutilized, and just didn't get the credit they deserved. So, the Shadow Hearts games. There are 3 of them. They're all very good. They use a very unique battle system that is very different from anything you've ever seen before. I mean, anything you've ever seen before. And I'm counting those all as one game because the first 2 games, like the second one is a direct sequel to the first one, and the third one is they kind of went to a new part of that game. The first 2 games take place in Europe. The second one takes place about 10-15 years later in New York City. So, like, the third one is a completely different characters and storyline, but the battle system is the same. Dark Cloud. Yes, I said it. The original Dark Cloud. Excellent game. Excellent. Excellent. Third, Rogue Galaxy. Made by the same people made Dark Cloud. Rogue Galaxy is like the sequel. When it first came out, people said this was going to be the sequel to Skies of Arcadia. It's not. It's not the sequel, but it is very good. It's a very good game, and it's just a friggin' awesome game. It's lovely. Number 4, Mana Khemia, The Alchemist of Al-Revis. This game is one of those awesome. It's made by the same people who make the Alchemist of Arland and all those types of games, and it's really good. I mean, it's better. There was a sequel to it, but the sequel was shitty compared to the first one, so I'm gonna discount it. And the number 5 RPG that you need to play on the PS2, that, you know, and I'm not including any of the Final Fantasies because fuck them, is Dragon Quest VIII. You have to play this game. It's really that good. Okay then, so that brings us to the modern, closer to the PS3, PS3 age of RPGs. Modern RPGs. So, I'm going to start on the Wii. Not Tales of Symphonia 2. Xenoblade. Xenoblade is a great RPG. The Last Story, great RPG. Both of those were part of the Project Rainfall that people thought if they bitched enough, it would be brought over. Those games were going to be brought over regardless because they were released in Europe and already translated, which meant they already had an English translation because they do all like 7 languages over there. So I don't know why these people are like, oh, this game's not coming. It just, Nintendo would bring it over when they got a chance. Which leads to great games. The Wii didn't get like high quality RPGs like the other two, the other systems, the High Def Twins, the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So let's get into those. Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 1 is kind of a disappointment compared to 2. Mass Effect 1 is better than 3, but not as good as 2. 2 is like the pinnacle of the Mass Effect series. I don't know if Mass Effect 4 is going to be as good as those two games, but we shall see. Which leads me to Dragon Age Origins. Hands down, one of the best games I've ever played. It's not a JRPG, it's a Western-style RPG made by BioWare, but it's fucking awesome. Which leads me to the number number 5, you know, Gen 7 RPG systems. Okay, I mean RPG games, Gen 7 RPG games. Number 5 is a tie between Fallout New Vegas and Skyrim. I said it. Now, but there's a star next to these. The reason why there's a star next to these is that both of these are built using Bethesda's graphical engines, gaming graphical engines, and Bethesda's games are notoriously buggy, and just broken, and require sometimes years of patching in order to make them playable. So if you like your games coming out the box and being playable and, you know, working, don't get a Bethesda game at launch. Never get a Bethesda game at launch, because it's going to take years of patching to get the shit ready. And that's for consoles, PC, any of that shit. Except with PC, people who are really dedicated to the game might make the patches and do it themselves. But with console, it's not going to happen. You have to wait for these lazy-ass motherfuckers at Bethesda to do it. So our life. Such is life. Now, there are some RPGs coming out for the next-gen twins, or current-gen twins, the PS4 and the Xbox One, that could or could not be good. We don't know. They include a new Dragon Age, and a new Mass Effect from BioWare. They're also coming out to the current, the last gen, next gen twins, because the install base is just too fucking big, and no one's getting rid of their Xbox 360s or PS3s anytime soon. So, because none of the new systems are backwards compatible, except for the Wii U. So, this leads to, you know, these are games that I'm looking forward to. I'm not buying a next gen twin to get it, though. I'll just get it on the PS3. I'll just get these games on the PS3. So, plus there's some good stuff coming out later on this year. I think they're going to bring Yakuza Ishin over to the PS3 here in America. I think they're going to bring, they're bringing in Persona 5, which makes me happy because I love Persona. I have 3, I have 4 on my PS2. Those are also great RPGs. You should play, especially 4. 4 is awesome. The character development, the high school, the dating sim mixed with the RPG growth. I mean, really, just very good games. Plus, it has some dark overtones, and it's a very good game. I mean, you can't beat that shit. So that concludes my modern RPGs. None of these were old school. Just to prove my street cred, I like the modern shit too now. I mean, I'm not just a dinosaur just stuck playing Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger. Although Chrono Trigger is the best RPG of all time in my opinion. No RPG can stand up to it. Like, I mean, I remember when I was growing up and we'd have little debates amongst my friends. Like, oh, I like Cloud Strife. Cloud Strife is so awesome. Let me put it this way. You can take, I'm not even going to use Chrono. Take Frog from Chrono Trigger and put him against Cloud Strife. He'd fuck Cloud Strife's shit up, okay? Especially if he had the Masamune. But that's just my own opinion. So sue me. Okay, you guys have a good day.